Hello everyone, welcome back to FPL STAR. Today I gonna discuss about popular buy-sell comparison and the ranking based on their player performance for Game Week 22. Before starting, if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel. Now let's start. For Game Week 22, I think the best player you should buy if you don't have is Rashford. He is amazing for Manchester United playing as a left winger, and he is very advanced and very good counter-attacking player. So everything is for him, and he has a double game week in Game Week 22. So he's a must for your team. If you don't have him, then you are in trouble. So you must buy him, and he's the second most popular buy for Game Week 22, and I am agree with it. The second one is Bruno Fernandes. His ownership is now not a very high. He is a good differential one, just 10% ownership. And if you look at his performance, he is playing the number 10 for Manchester United, also got the penalty for Manchester United. So he's an essential player for double game week 22. If you don't have him, buy him, and it's an essential pick. The third one is from Manchester United also. He is Luke Shaw. He playing as a left back for Manchester United. He is very good for Manchester United because he's already nailed for Manchester United. And if you look at his performance in last 5 matches, he got 28 points, whereas he scored 1 goal. If you look at his clean sheet per match ratio is 0.40, and the goal ratio is 0.12. This means that he is quite attacking or very good player for clean sheet also. So he's an essential pick because he has double game week, but there is some doubt that in FA Cup match he is not in squad because he has illness, but I think it's just an illness, so he will be fit for double game week 22, and if he is fit, then he's an essential player for you. The fourth one is Odegaard from Arsenal. If you look at Odegaard's performance, he is the best player I think from Arsenal right now, and he is very creative one. In last 5 matches, he got 40 points, 8 points per match. So this means he will give you points. And if you look at his 40 points, he scored 2 goals and also provide 4 assists. So he's a good pick, but I don't think he's now essential for Game Week 20 because you should go for double game week player first. If you have sufficient double game week player, then you can go for Odegaard, and he is a good pick. Now move on to the 5th and 6th position player, and I think after Odegaard, the best player from Arsenal is Nikita. In last 5 matches, he got 30 points where he scored 4 goals, but look at his goal ratio is 0.99, which is very high, and that's why I think he is one of the most desirable player for Arsenal now, as Gabriel is injured. So I think Nikita will start in every match, and he's playing very well. He looks attacking, scoring goal for fun, so he's a good pick, but not essential because he has no double game week for game week 22, but double game week in 23. The 6th one is Saka, and I don't prefer Saka over Nikita or Odegaard because if you look at his goal ratio is 0.51. He is scored similar point like Nikita, but his goal ratio doesn't indicate that. So that's why I don't think he is an essential pick, and he's not also a very good pick actually, because if you have to go for Arsenal player, you should go for Odegaard and Nikita, but if you want to double up in Arsenal midfield, then obviously you can go for Saka. So he's a good pick. Now move on to the 7th and 8th position, and it's Mahrez, and I put Mahrez behind Odegaard, Nikita and Saka because Mahrez has some minute race where Odegaard, Nikita and Saka will obviously play for Arsenal in double game week 23, and that's why Mahrez in 7th position, and he's an optional one. If you don't have him, you can obviously go for him, but I think this move should be in game week 23 because you can know that probably know, but not quite know that Mahrez will start or not. The 8th one is Mitoma. Mitoma playing well, and he playing the left wing for Brighton, looks sharp in his position. And if you look at Mitoma's performance, he is one of the best player after the World Cup, and his fixture also looks good, but he has no double game week, so that's a negative thing for him. But after all the data looks good, so he's a good pick, but as he has no double game week, and that's why I put him in the optional category, and he's the 8th position in priority ranking. Now move on to the last two player popular buy, and I think Tony is in the 9th position, because I think if you don't have other transfer to make, then you can go for Tony. Tony has a good fixture against Southampton in game week 23, but in game week 23 and 25 I don't think Tony will score goal, because in the reverse fixture where Tony playing is against Arsenal, he's not playing well in this match. So that's why I don't think that Tony is a very good pick, and he's not essential or good pick. He's an optional. We can go for him because there is some forward like Mitrovic who are not performing well, so you can obviously go for Tony. The 10th one is Modric, and he is from Chelsea. New signing, 7 million is not cheap actually, and he is not probed. So in first match he plays well against Liverpool, but I don't think that he is now a must buy or good buy, or even not optional buy. You should ignore this buy because there are double game player from Arsenal, Manchester City, so you should ignore Modric. Now move on to the sale category. People selling Cancelo, and I think it's an essential sale. You should sell Cancelo because he is not favored by Pep Guardiola and he will not start in double game week, so he's a must sell for your team. The second one is Zaha. He has also some injury concern of hamstring and he's not playing well after World Cup, so that's an essential sale. If you look at these two performance, their goal ratio is not so good. Zaha as an attacker, 0.29 is not a good one, so this kind of player you need to sell. Now move on to the third and fourth, and it's Foden. I think Foden selling is a good idea because he has some injury concern and he has some minute risk also, and I don't think that he will start in every match because Grealish playing very well, and he will not play as a left winger, and Mohamed is also playing in the right wing, playing very well, so I don't think that Foden will get a lot of minute, and that's why he has good sell. But he is not essential because he might get fit and can play, so that's why there is some risk, and that's why he is in the good category for selling. And the fourth one is Trossard. He is a new signing from Arsenal from Brighton, and I don't think it's a good one to go for him. And if you don't have Trossard, don't buy him, and if you have Trossard, sell him because I think he will not start in now for Arsenal, and that's why he's a sale. After some time I think he will start, but there is a lot of competition against Martinelli and he also playing well, so he will not get minute, and that's why Trossard is a good sale. Now move on to the 5th and 6th position, and fifth one is Almiron. Before World Cup he was in amazing form, but now his form is declining, so you need to sell him, and it's a good sale because I think Almiron obviously can improve his form and get some goal, but I don't think he's not now a good player to have, so you can obviously sell him, but I prefer him not before Foden or Trossard. If you have Foden and Trossard, please sell them, then you can go for Almiron. And Mitrovic is the similar one, not performing well, not in good form, and missing penalty is a frustrating one, so it's a good sell, but it's not essential because obviously Mitrovic can score goal. Now move on to the 7th and 8th, and it's Salah. A lot of FPL managers selling Salah, and I think it's a good move because for 12.8 million player who are not playing well is not a good idea. You can obviously go for Bruno Fernandes. Even Kevin De Bruyne is a better option than Salah because he has double gaming, so Salah is a good sale. And if you look at his performance, 0.70 goal limit ratio for 12.8 million midfielder is not good. A lot of cheap FPL midfielder are performing like Salah, so that's why he is a good sell. But obviously he can get a lot of point in recent future. The 8th one is Andreas, and a lot of managers selling Andreas, and I think it's for like formation case. They want to move for 3-4-3 to 3-5-2 with 5 midfielder because midfielder are playing very well, and that's why they're selling Andreas, and that's a good move, but it's not an essential one, and I think it's an optional because Andreas playing well, number 10, giving you point for just 4.5 million player, so he's not a good sell, so he's an optional one, you can sell him. The last one is Martinelli from Arsenal, and I think it's an optional one because he is now starting for Arsenal, but he has some minute risk because of Trossard, so he can obviously bench in some match or playing like 60 or 70 minutes. So it's an optional sale. You can go for Odegaard or Saka instead of Martinelli, but if you have him, you can obviously keep him now, but you can obviously sell him if you have a lot of transfer. And the 10th one is Kevin De Bruyne, and I think it's an ignore because I think he will start most of the match for Manchester City, and that's why you should ignore this kind of selling. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video, and if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Good luck for your team.